To tell us more about how the documentation process is rolling out, I'm joined by Cyril Mncwabe. He is the Home Affairs Provincial Manager for KwaZulu-Natal. Mr. Mncwabe, good evening to you and thank you very much for your time. Update us on the documentation process and the system that you have set up to help those affected.
Thank you very much. Good evening to you and to the listeners and the viewers. Cyril Mncwabe, the Provincial Manager for Home Affairs in KwaZulu-Natal. As a province, as we know that the province was devastated by the flood, and every department was expected to come on board in terms of ensuring that we try and restore the lives of the people that have been badly affected. As a department, we then developed a plan that was going to say how are we going to try and assist those people who have been badly affected by this. Then we've segmented them into two categories. The first category of people that became our priority are the people who are in shelters. Those are the people who are classified as people who have lost everything, including their enabling documents, particularly their IDs, birth certificates, and so forth. And therefore, we have the project seeks to start with those people. And secondly, we are going to roll out the project that would be looking at the people who are also affected but not living in shelters. And that would be phase 2 of our approach in terms of assisting those people who have been affected.
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned there in the introduction, some of those people directly affected, as you say, who are now, rendered homeless or gathering in shelters until a more permanent situation can be reached for them, would have already started receiving their documents. Have people, in fact, started receiving their documents? Can you give us a sense of how many have been issued and which types?
Correct, yes. People have already started receiving their documents. As you would remember that our Deputy Minister, Mr. Nzuza, came down into the province about 2 weeks ago to visit some of the sites where we had deployed our mobile units to take those applications. Today, it was our first day of going back to the communities where we had taken applications to give those IDs back to the communities. We visited the area of Stenga, where we have delivered the IDs there. We also went to a place called Nduzuma Hall. We delivered IDs there. We went to a place called Mnyama, and the Deputy Minister delivered the IDs. Our mobile units are just starting to leave the site now because we started early in the morning and we were delivering those IDs. Yes.
So what about the death certificates then? Has that process gone smoothly, given that so many may still not have been accounted for? Some people are still missing, some are not found?
Correct, yes. With regards to birth certificates, if it was a case of a birth certificate, that is a service that we have been providing on site because it's a question of reprinting that birth certificate that had come to us. But when it comes to the issue of the death certificate, we have been prioritizing everyone who was coming forward to ask for the death certificate, as we know that the process would be that a person would have to be registered as deceased for us to be able to issue the certificate.
Yeah. Such a grim process, I can imagine. Well, let's just reiterate that these services are free, just to let people know that they should not expect to be asked for money.
Correct. The process that we have put in place was the process that says the department had to waive the fees that a person would normally pay to replace those lost documents or damaged documents. In the case of an ID, we know that the replacement fee is 140 rand. For birth certificate, it would range between 25 rand up to 75 rand. But for now, we have been doing that for free to those people as a result of the waiver that has been given to us by the department to say, we understand the plight of the people and the people have been affected and they don't have anything. And as a caring department, we then agreed that we are going to issue these documents free of charge. And that is what is happening.
All right, Cyril, thank you for that update. Really appreciate it. Cyril Mncwabe is the Home Affairs Provincial Manager for KwaZulu-Natal.